Good afternoon, Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com here with your Hurricane and Hurricane HD video blog for the 21st of September 2012. A look at the tropics today. Not much going on out there of any significance. A weak tropical wave here in the central Atlantic where conditions are still not favorable, mainly due to all the dry air that is still in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. Nadine up here still circulating around near the Azores. This will eventually lose its tropical characteristics over this colder water and move on out of the picture. Here we have 94L, a subtropical storm, not technically named a subtropical storm, but it's a subtropical storm system. It's still a weather entity even though the Hurricane Center hasn't named it. And then we have a tropical wave interacting with this stalled out front in the Caribbean Sea. And that's about it. Looking at the Central Atlantic, a little closer view of this system here. A weak tropical wave, but it is a tropical wave nonetheless, and sometimes as these move west into the Caribbean Sea especially, they can flare up. I don't see that happening on any of the global computer models down the road. And the MJO forecast still showing it stuck over in the western Pacific for the next couple of weeks, and I will be looking to see, does it try to swing over into phases 1 and 2 especially. If it does so, then we might see some activity in the western hemisphere, and specifically the western Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico regions. Now we're almost to October 1st here, and we're on the downturn of the hurricane season, but around the 15th or so, we do have this little uptick that happens again, and that might, it just might coincide with the MJO becoming more favorable. And if you couple that with the lack of an El Nino, there's a chance that we could have a busy middle part and latter half of October. We'll have to see. Now, the next 10 days, from the 21st on, today on, in the Atlantic over the last 100 years, these are all your development points. Watch this region right here especially as we go through this 10-day time period and then the first 10 days of October. Look how that fills in. There's no question that as we go from latter September here, the last third, into the first third of October, that the concentration of development is definitely across this region right here. Yes, you still have a few sporadic development points in the deep tropics and then a lot of subtropical development, out of the deep tropics, but this area right here is the region to start watching once we get into October. Another reason I'm going to be watching it closely this year is the tropical cyclone heat potential is really, really high across this area. Off the chart, actually. It's this pinkish white color, and it's beyond that. That's pure white right there. Not quite white hot, but we are looking at very high ocean heat content. In fact, this is what it looked like last year. See that? What a remarkable difference. Here it is now. Here it is last year. So there was way, way, way more ocean heat potential in the Caribbean Sea this year than we had at this same time last year. So if we do get something to come on through here, a tropical wave, and a system develops over that very high ocean heat content, you could be looking at an intense hurricane. And so that's why I'm keenly interested to see what happens. Will we get through October without any more development, or will there be one or two more systems that get in there and take advantage of that heat content? Time will tell. I don't have a crystal ball that is that clear, but we'll see what happens together on these video blogs on a daily basis. Again, I'm Mark Sudduth. HurricaneTrack.com is my website. Always a pleasure to do these videos for Hurricane and Hurricane HD. Have yourselves a great rest of your Friday. I'll be back with another video blog tomorrow.